So hello, week pass, and I'm back with some kind of update of my chess journey. I will try to make the videos every week to show you what I learned last week and what I'm going to learn. Well, maybe sometimes the week is not enough to capture or to even learn something like meaningful, but well, we could maybe adjust this in the future. So let's move to some games I played. So the first game went quite horrible. You can see that my game rating was 650 and the opponent's was 1050. And let's start. So I like Italian games, so I started with e4 and e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. There I was expecting knight f6, but instead I got h6, some kind of anti-pride lever. So I immediately attacked the center, and then my opponent did some kind of queen move. So I've been put off guard a little since I was not expecting this move. So I just took the pawn, which seems to be an inaccuracy, but okay, not a mistake. So I took again, let's move on, nothing special. And there was my first miss, but I heard Ben Feingold and he said that you should try to avoid these F moves, or since it weakens the king. So I haven't played it, but there is another miss I did, which is maybe even, it's quite advanced, but it's not really that hard to see. It's like when I would move the king, I'm attacking this square, which is not defended by queen, so he would have to move his bishop to guard this, and then I would attack his queen with f4, and his queen has no really no way to not get captured. So I would like to learn to see like these tactics in the future. This is basically my goal for the next 7 days, to train puzzles even more, but we'll get back to it in a couple of minutes. Let's just finish this game. So I of course move my queen. There are some moves. I try to I try to take some of his pawns, try to weaken his king side. He castled, and I took some other pawn, and the game moved on. I should maybe do some, I don't know, more attacking. Who knows? But okay, it went quite good, and then it's my next inaccuracy, which I will try to avoid in the future. Basically, what I was thinking, that I will take his pawn, he will take my bishop, and then I will take his bishop. But he didn't. He instead guarded his bishop. But I also haven't done some kind of good move. And there is the biggest blunder of my game, and it's that I haven't noticed that this pawn is pinned. Well, maybe I did, but I wasn't like, maybe I wasn't that focused or something, and I played this move, and he of course took, and I couldn't take back with my pawn. And there you can see that I had a minute on my clock, so I did a couple of moves, and then this was when I have a minute, when I have 58 seconds, and I somehow hang my rook. This was horrible, and then I lost in a couple of moves. So this was the first game, and from this I will try to focus more on endgame maybe, or well, maybe I should just make more tactics. Don't know really how to prevent this in the future, but I will figure out. So this is the next game, and this basically describes what I'm struggling with, and it's basically some kind of middle game plan. You can see that I developed all my pieces. I can put the analysis mode on. I developed all my pieces. I castled, and well, now I can't really figure out the plan, or what should I do? Well, maybe like break the center, or I don't know if I should make a plan like from beginning to maybe not, maybe I don't get the the plan making at all, or I maybe missing something. But what I was doing was that I was just reacting on my opponent. So whenever he took, I just took back, and that's how it went. There I got quite scared, so I tried to trade a few pieces and then defend whatever he tried to do. We exchange the queens, and I got some pawn. Finally, I did a tactic, spotted the fork, and I took his rook, and the game went on, and I basically tried to somehow queen the pawns. So this was my goal. Finally, I just made some kind of plan, and as I was doing it, I almost lost, since I haven't like spotted that he basically took my rook and with check also, and I couldn't simply take his bishop and his rook, but luckily he didn't spot this as well, so I was able to push the pawn, and after this move he could capture, but he resigned at this moment. So this is my current state, and what I will do next week. Well, in my application I did another button. I added the random 100 puzzles, I wonder if I should use the woodpecker method, where I would basically train. Let's say I would have 500 puzzles, and I would train them over and over again, and basically try to do them as fast as possible, or that I will just train random puzzles. Well, two options. Maybe the woodpecker method. It's it's quite recommended. So I try to combine them, and my goals for next week. Well, what I will do is to do more puzzles. Well, I think that I, where's my goal is that I could easily do puzzles with a lichess rating ranging from 1300 to 2000, and I think that when I could do these like fluently, I would be able to win way more games and do way less blunders. And the second thing I will try to do is that I will try to study some kind of opening, but not because of the opening, but because of the plans which rises from the openings, and I will try to find how to basically come up with a middle game plan, and basically how to connect the opening with the middle game stage. So these are my goals, and let's see next week.